Ever wondered why diabetes affects 500 million people worldwide and nearly half of them don't even know they're sick? This is a staggering reality of a disease that often lurks unnoticed. Over the course of this 6-episode series, Diabetes Explained, we'll delve into the intricate details of this widespread condition. Today, we'll break down the concept of diabetes in simple terms, explore its main symptoms, and discuss how you can protect yourself. Perhaps you know someone with diabetes, or maybe you're personally affected by it. Many of us are. And it's the story of one such individual that will help us understand how diabetes can silently evolve from a harmless condition to a potential death trap. Let's dive into the world of diabetes, starting with a story about a woman named Lucretia. Lucretia, an active and independent woman, found herself suddenly weak and losing weight. She was always on the go, never one to sit idle. But recently, her usual energy was ebbing away. Even though she was eating well, her body seemed to be in constant hunger. She noticed a sudden drop in her weight, which she initially brushed off as a result of her busy lifestyle. But soon she started feeling a persistent fatigue. Her usual daily activities became exhausting chores. She was thirsty all the time and found herself making frequent trips to the bathroom. One day she noticed something peculiar. A swarm of ants had gathered around her toilet and the trash bin. It was a strange sight that left her feeling uneasy. She knew something was wrong, but couldn't pinpoint what it was. Lucretia decided to consult a doctor. After a series of tests, the doctor delivered the news. She was diagnosed with diabetes. It was a shock, but it explained the symptoms she had been experiencing. Her sudden weight loss, constant thirst, frequent urination, and the ants attracted to her urine were all classic signs of diabetes. The disease was causing her body to starve, even though she was eating well. Her body was not able to use the glucose from the food she ate, leading to high levels of sugar in her blood and urine. This sudden revelation was overwhelming, but Lucretia was not alone. Millions of people around the world live with diabetes. It's a silent disease, often going unnoticed until the symptoms become too difficult to ignore. Lucretia's story is a powerful reminder of the importance of recognizing the signs of diabetes. Early detection can make a significant difference in managing the disease and preventing complications. Lucretia's symptoms, as strange as they seemed, pointed to a disease known for over 3,500 years: diabetes. A disease that silently affects millions of people worldwide, often lurking unnoticed until it's too late. But Lucretia's story is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a story that inspires us all to take our health into our own hands. Doctors from ancient Egypt over 3,500 years ago treated people with symptoms just like Lucretia's. Yes, you heard it right. Diabetes has been a part of human history for millennia, leaving its mark on countless lives along the way. Back in those times, the condition was a mystery, known only for its debilitating symptoms. It was a silent, unseen predator, recognized by the sweet taste of a patient's urine, hence the name diabetes mellitus, from the Greek diabenein, meaning to pass through, and the Latin mellitus, meaning sweetened with honey. In the centuries that followed, our understanding of diabetes grew, but the condition remained a riddle wrapped in an enigma. It was a disease known by its effects, but its cause remained hidden in the shadows. The light of understanding began to dawn in the late 19th century. The year was 1889, and two German doctors, Oskar Minkowski and Joseph von Mehring, were on the cusp of a breakthrough. They were studying the pancreas, a small organ nestled behind the stomach, trying to understand its role in digestion. In a series of experiments, they removed the pancreas from a dog and observed the animal's health. The dog began to display symptoms eerily similar to those of diabetes. It urinated excessively, and its urine contained high levels of sugar. When a piece of the pancreas was re-implanted, the symptoms receded. It was a revelation, a eureka moment. Minkowski and von Mehring had stumbled upon a truth that had eluded humanity for centuries. They hypothesized that diabetes was linked to a defect in the pancreas, and they were right. This marked a turning point in our understanding of diabetes. It was no longer an enigma, it was a condition tied to a specific organ in the body. And with this newfound knowledge, the door was opened for further research, better treatments, and a more hopeful future for those living with diabetes. In 1889, a breakthrough occurred when two doctors linked diabetes to a defect in the pancreas. The pancreas, an organ situated behind the stomach, plays a crucial role in digestion and in diabetes. This essential organ has two main functions. The majority of the pancreas is involved in producing digestive enzymes, which aid us in breaking down and absorbing nutrients from our food. But within the pancreas, there's also a small special group of cells that perform a very different task. These cells are the producers of a hormone you've probably heard of, insulin. To fully understand the significance of insulin, let's take a closer look at what happens when we eat. Most of the nutrients from our food can be converted into glucose, which acts as fuel for our bodies. This glucose is what gets burned within our cells to produce energy, keeping all of our organs functioning correctly. But there's a catch. Despite its importance, glucose doesn't have free rein to enter our cells. It needs a permission slip, a green light to finally enter and fuel each cell in our body. That green light is insulin. Minutes after we eat, glucose levels rise in our bloodstream. In response to this surge, the pancreas starts to produce insulin. When there's enough insulin, it attaches to receptors on our cells, like a key fitting into a lock. This signals the cells to open their doors and let the glucose in. In essence, insulin acts as a gatekeeper, regulating the flow of glucose into our cells. So, the pancreas and insulin are in a delicate dance, maintaining the balance of glucose in our bodies. When this balance is off, it can lead to problems. If the pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin, or if the cells become resistant to insulin's effects, glucose can't enter the cells. It stays in the bloodstream, leading to high blood sugar levels, a key characteristic of diabetes. In summary, the pancreas produces insulin, the hormone responsible for controlling the entry of glucose into our cells. It's this crucial role of the pancreas and insulin that's at the heart of understanding diabetes. Insulin, produced by the pancreas, is the key to understanding diabetes. When you eat, much of the food's nutrients can be converted into glucose, a fuel for the body. It's like the gas you pump into your car. Without it, you're not going anywhere. But just as a car needs a key to start the engine, your body needs a key to use this glucose. This key is a hormone called insulin, produced by special cells in your pancreas. Picture this. After you've enjoyed a meal, your digestive system breaks down the nutrients, turning a lot of it into glucose. This glucose enters your bloodstream, ready to fuel your body. But there's a catch. The glucose can't get into your cells where it's needed without the help of insulin. It's as if the glucose is locked out of the cells. In response to the rising glucose levels in your blood, your pancreas springs into action, producing insulin. Like a key, insulin unlocks the cells, allowing glucose to enter and be used for energy. This keeps your body running smoothly and your blood sugar levels balanced. But what happens when there's a problem with the key, or when the lock doesn't work properly? This is where diabetes comes into play. There are two main types of diabetes, type 1 and type 2. In type 1 diabetes, your body doesn't produce enough insulin. It's like having a key maker, your pancreas, that's out of business. So, no matter how much glucose is in your blood, without insulin, it can't get into the cells to be used for energy. In type 2 diabetes, your body doesn't respond to insulin properly. It's as if the locks on your cells are rusty. The key, insulin, can't unlock the cells as efficiently as it should. Even though you might have plenty of glucose and insulin, your body can't use the glucose effectively. In both cases, the result is the same, a buildup of glucose in your blood while your cells starve for energy. This is how diabetes develops. Diabetes develops when the body can't effectively use the glucose it needs for energy. Today, we've explored the complex world of diabetes, from its ancient history to its modern understanding. We've journeyed through the story of Lucretia, whose symptoms of sudden weight loss, extreme thirst, and high urine output led to her diagnosis. We've delved into the annals of history, where doctors in ancient Egypt were already treating people with similar symptoms over 3,500 years ago. Our exploration led us to the pancreas, the organ that plays a pivotal role in this condition, producing the hormone insulin that regulates our blood sugar levels. We've unveiled the mystery of how diabetes develops when the body either fails to produce enough insulin or doesn't use it effectively, leading to high blood sugar levels. Remember, knowledge is power. Understanding diabetes is the first step towards managing it or preventing it altogether.